The proprietor, who threatened Edward's life in the 21 Club, dropped a revolver in the snow at Gabriel Valli after shooting Dr. Edwards in the back. The weapon is still there, with the murderer's fingerprints on it.
I can't agree with that part of your interpretation, for the good reason that the weapon is now in my hand. I imagined something of this sort might happen when I made the slip before, about knowing Edwards. That started your agile young mind going.
You had a breakdown a few weeks ago. In your state of panic, you learned that Edwards was to take your place here. So you sought him out in his favorite restaurant in New York. He was having lunch there with John Valentine. You accused him of stealing your job. You threatened to kill him. You followed him to Gabriel Valli and shot him from behind a tree.
You're an excellent analyst. But I don't think the police are interested in dreams.
No, but they'll be greatly interested in the waiters in the 21 Club who saw you there. In the people who saw you on the train to Gabriel Valli. In others who saw you at the inn. There'll be no dreams in this case.
And what did you think I'd do when you told me all this? Congratulate you? You forget in your devotion to your patient that the punishment for 2 murders is the same as for 1.
You're not going to commit a second murder, Dr. Murchison.
I hadn't planned to. But you're here. You're not leaving.
A man of your intelligence doesn't commit a stupid murder. You're thinking you were not mentally responsible the first time. That they'll consider the state of your health. That they'd never execute you for the murder of Dr. Edwards. You can still live, read, write, research, even if you are put away. You're thinking that now, Dr. Murchison. But if you pull that trigger, it's called deliberate murder. And you'll die in the electric chair for your crime. I'm going to telephone for the police, Dr. Murchison.
If you walk to that door, I'll...
And don't try to leave, Dr. Murchison.
Sanatorium chief attempts to kill self after murder confession.
Dr. Murchison shot rival. Valentine free.
Girl risks life second time to save Valentine.
Don't worry, Dr. Bruloff. This time it's a real honeymoon. Luggage and everything.
Nothing is so nice as a new marriage, John. No psychoses, no aggressions, no guilt complexes. Not yet.
Not ever, Alex. Goodbye, darling.
Goodbye. And remember, John, for a happy marriage, never keep a secret from your wife.
From her, a fat chance I'd have.
Our stars will return for their curtain calls in a moment. Here's Mr. Keeley at the microphone.
Our thanks now to Joseph Cotten and Valli, who returned to the footlights for a well-earned curtain call. Our congratulations to you both for your splendid performances in Spellbound.
Thank you, Bill. It's always a pleasure to be here, but you know it was a double pleasure tonight.
Oh, why is that, Joe?
Well, to be with Alida Valli on her very first dramatic radio broadcast, and I'm sure you agree with me that she is to be highly congratulated for her performance tonight.
Indeed, yes. Were you nervous, Miss Valli?
A little, I suppose. But you couldn't help feeling right at home after the first few minutes. And I'm delighted, of course, that my very first radio performance has taken place on America's leading dramatic radio program.
Well, I hope, Miss Valli, that tonight's appearance will be the first of many on our Lux Radio Theater.
See, I told you this was a nice program, Alida.
Well, you must like it. You've been back 3 times this year already.
Well, that's right, Joe. You're practically a permanent fixture with us. I trust you've had time to do a picture or two for your boss, David O. Selznick, though.
He certainly has. He's just completed a wonderful picture with Jennifer Jones called Portrait of Jenny.
And speaking of pictures, Miss Valli, I enjoyed your performance as Mrs. Paradine in the Paradine case very much.
Thank you. You're very kind.
What's doing in the Lux Radio Theater next week, Bill?
Next Monday night, in honor of St. Patrick's Day, we're bringing our audience one of the gayest, most tuneful musicals to reach the screen. It's 20th Century Fox's great hit, Irish Eyes Are Smiling. starring Dick Haymes in his original screen role, co-starred with the delightful Gene Crane.
Well, that ought to make a great day for the Irish, Bill. And everybody else. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, and thanks again for Spellbound. This is William Keighley saying good night to you from Hollywood.